Welcome back to the channel. We have with us today a
My
man
name
by the
is.
name. Go
Sorry, I
ahead.
was worried you were gonna say. Sorry, you go, man.
No, no, no. Go. Who are you?
My name is David Garelik. Thank you for having me, Ari.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And tell them the reason why I wanted to have you on.
Well, I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't fully know. I was running. So the way this happened was I was running an ad on Facebook for actor headshots that I was doing.
Mhm.
I'm a photographer, and I was yeah. So I was running an ad for the headshots, and I guess Ari, I think you saw it and you reached out.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So, um, basically, when I see something that I find interesting, I try to get that person onto my show to interview them because my show is basically about understanding somebody's motivation. How did you get into something? What motivates you? What keeps you going when, things are going wrong or things are tough and you're just fed up and the motivation is not there, but
Mhm.
there's something else going. And I was impressed with your stuff. I mean, I checked out your Instagram page, which we're going to put in the description. You have a website we're going to put in the description.
Mhm.
But I think that you're unknown in comparison to as much as you should be known. I mean, I interview all types, and what I find is that the people that are better known are not necessarily because they're better, but because it's like, what they say, it's who you know, it's not what you know. Maybe they have connections, they're more famous, but I think that you have fantastic stuff, truly. And
I
and I
appreciate that,
want
man. Thank
my
you so much.
you got it. I want my followers to check you out. So that was really what it's about.
Got it. Yeah, man, I'll be as honest as I can be
Sure.
about the whole thing of it. Like I was telling you before we started the show, photography's relatively new to me, especially headshot photography.
Hmm.
I've been taking headshots for a couple months now, and if I'm to be very honest with you, the reason I started taking headshots wasn't initially because of my profound love for headshots.
Hmm.
I started taking headshots because I was in credit card debt, and
Okay.
um, and I knew like I had been taking film for many years, and I felt like I had maybe developed an eye for composition, or there were. I also just really enjoyed it, to be honest. I really enjoyed film photography, but I never tried to monetize it. I never tried to go that route. I would just kind of shoot my life. Um, so I had a roommate several years ago when I was living in the financial district. We had a sweet little loft set up there, and he was an actor, and I'm an actor, and he was a headshot photographer on the side, and he was very good and charged less than his competition, and he had like there's like as an actor, getting headshots is one of the most frustrating things because
Hmm.
they can cost like a fucking $1,000. And it's like when everyone costs like in the high 800, 900,000, you don't really have many alternatives. And you do
Right.
like, in the initial stages, if you want to get auditions, you have to have a really good headshot. And so people try to take it themselves or they try to get their friend to take it. And it doesn't, it doesn't pop like the other ones do. It's just that they cost so much money. But if there's no alternative, then people pay. And like for me right now, I wouldn't pay $1,000 for headshots just because I don't have that $1,000 to spend on headshots.
Right.
So my roommate at the time, Pasha, he kind of demystified it, and I saw the way that he worked, and he took my headshots. And he also, I was really fortunate where when I told him that I was in this kind of predicament, and I was thinking of starting headshot photography, he was like, "Yeah, man, absolutely. I'll show you my locations. I'll show you how I do it." He completely demystified it for me. He's helped me with edits. He's like really mentored me, and he, I think I got lucky with someone like him because I think a lot of people have this feeling of like I do this thing, it's really special, no one else can do it, this is why I charge these rates, it's really hard, you probably won't be able to. Whereas
Right.
with
He's
him
not
it
like
was
that.
the exact opposite. He was
Right.
like, you want to do it, I'll show you exactly how.
Right.
A
Kind of like what we were saying, who you know, not what you know.
Yeah, I think just slightly pivoting, I think in my experience of life right now, I'm getting to the point where a lot of my peers have become kind of like my mentors. And instead of like, sometimes I'm in a position where instead of like listening to like Googling, like, how do you do this or how do you do that? Or how, like, I'm lucky enough to have friends that like now I can call and be like, I need advice on this. And they have it figured out and they share it
Right.
with me. And I'm very, very, very grateful for that.
Well, you know what? That's very smart that you pick up on that because you seem like you're a heck of a lot younger than me. I'm 49, and I say this all the time. I say you get to a point in your life where instead of going to the older generation for advice, I mean, you still go to them, but all of a sudden your friends are filled with wisdom and they're able to help you in scenarios. So it's
Right.
interesting to hear a younger guy say the same thing. I'm 49. You're in your 20s, early 30s. I mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
definitely not, nowhere near where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
but you're right. You surround yourself by good, smart people, and you get information. But I think it's the main piece takeaway here is that you saw a problem and you turned it into a solution. Instead of saying, "Oh my God, this is crazy. Why I have to pay so much?" You looked in and said, "Hey, let me." I'm assuming you're charging a little less than the competition. It's
Oh
still
yeah.
a lot of money per
Oh
hour,
yeah. Um,
and now you're
yeah.
profiting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be totally honest with you, since I feel like this is a gift that was kind of given to me, like someone taught me and someone like, of course, there's like, I have a camera and I have a lens and I have some equipment and I edit everything myself. So of course these things take time and effort and money, but like if someone like realistically, if someone were to come to me and that's happening right now, like if someone were to come to me and they're like, dude, I'm sorry, I really need headshots. Like I can't pay that right now. I I get it. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna shoot you. This isn't a super. This isn't like.
When you become famous, you'll make it up to me.
Yeah, sure, but not even that. It's just the right thing to do. It's just the
Yeah,
right thing to do. It's just
right.
and I also believe like there's people who have been like who I've shot at like a really steep discount who are like, I know you offered me this discount, but when I have the money, is that yours or mine?
What, the bark?
Oh no, I just heard I don't know. I guess maybe that was
I,
my computer.
I heard my dog
Um,
bark as you said. What was that?
Um, so so yeah, so I've shot people where I offer them the steep discount and they're really happy with the images and they go like, I know we agreed on this discount, but when I have the money, I'm gonna give it to you, you
Right.
know? So I mean, that's the dream. I don't expect it, but it's really sweet when that happens, you
Yeah,
know?
it's cool. You put yourself out there, and then you start seeing the good sides of other people, insisting that they put themselves out there, and it's kind of cool to see people do good things.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So you've been at this, you've been doing the show for a while now, huh?
Um, I've had the channel for a while, but I got into interviewing people about 2 months ago. And if the further you go back, the more you'll see that I was interviewing like really famous people. I had to get over that ego hump
I
of
saw a
like
few.
wanting, yeah. And then I was like, you know what? It's way more interesting to interview the standard Joe, you know? I
Hmm.
mean, everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a story. And
Yep.
it's cool, like you're getting into headshots and there's a whole meaningful reason behind it. Like that's what this show is all about, to understand, what motivates somebody, what keeps somebody going. And I think what you said is true to everybody. I think that we all have things at our sleeves that we excel at and that we can help other people at. And it'll only do us good in the long run. I mean, your kindness is going to pay you more than anyone. See,
100%.
it's like this, right? I trade the markets, right? I used to trade professionally. It's a zero sum game. It's very complicated, but however it turns out, for one person to make money, somebody else lost money. It's zero. It comes out balanced. In God's world, everybody can gain. And that's the amazing thing about it. And by you doing kind deeds for people, I know this isn't your goal and you're not angling, but this is the top way of building a reputation. This is the top way. In my business, I have a trucking business. I always say I never point out when I do extra. I let them notice that everything went smooth without saying it, you end up getting more. And
Hmm.
so it's just amazing that at the end, I have full faith that as a result of all this good stuff you're doing, you felt pain. Look, I guess what I'm trying to say is that in life, you go through stuff. Some people say become sour and they're like, oh, screw everybody. I went through this. That guy's going to suffer too. And other
Hmm.
people say, this really sucked for me. And I'm going to try to make the next person who goes through this, I'm going to try to make their life a little smoother, a little easier. And
Hmm.
God bless you. You're taking the right lessons from it. That's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I really believe that like the right thing is always the right thing.
Right.
And that's really the path, and how it unfolds is up to God, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Right, right. Well, God bless you. Thanks for coming on.
Of
Like I
course.
said, we're going to put all your information in the description, but if you just want to just shout it out,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
you
Um,
have your Instagram, your website, whatever. Let's hear it.
mhm. Yeah, my Instagram is at David Garelik. Garelik is Garelik, and I have a photography Instagram, David Garelik Shots. And then I have a photography website that has my film photos, that has my headshots. It's just davidgarelik.com.
Okay. And like you said, you're on Facebook also.
Now I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm newly on Facebook again. Yeah.
Hi, brother. We're going to paste it all in the description. Thank you so
Awesome, brother.
much for coming
Of
on.
course, man. Absolutely, brother.
I
Thank you. Bye.